Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video. My name is Joe, and in this video, I'll be showing you guys a breakdown of a recent jewelry project that I did for a client, and we'll just be looking through it. I'll be breaking down the scene for you guys. I did two different versions of this. I did a vertical version, and I also did a landscape version that could be used for YouTube and some other channels, maybe at the jewelry store, just as a display and things like that. So I would play this. I'll play these sequences or renders. I'll play both the vertical and the horizontal, and then I would go to the blend files and just show you guys through what the scene looks like and stuff like that. So what I'll do first is let me play the vertical video, and I said blend files because I created this in two very different versions of Blender, the 3.2 and the 4.2. Now I was having problem rendering with the 3.2 because I had too many add-ons on, so I had to download the 4.2, convert project into a 4.2, and then render my sequence. So I will just play the vertical playing right now, and before it gets done, I'll prepare the horizontal and just play those. As you can see, I have 4 shots. This is the third shot. We have a really tight close-up with the focus changing right there with an empty wood. I'll show you that I did, and then we'll have the last shot that shows impact and just shows the quality of the jewelry. And next I'll play the horizontal right here. It's still the same sequence, but I just want to show you that okay, I also did a different version of this, or just a different medium. I love this a lot because of the quality. I love the bloom to it and just how exquisite I made the jewelry look. So I'm just going to cancel this, and we're just going to go straight into the blend file. So for this, I had to model the ring first. I was sent the 3D model by the client. I'll just really open this. We have the top view, we have the side view, we have the side view, and we have another side view. Or let's say this is the front view, don't have the side view right here. So I was sent this, and with those details I was able to model this jewelry right here. For what we're looking at right now, this is the first scene, and a lot of this is really carried by the set that I built around this. This set is made up of this stairs right here, and I placed the ring by this corner just to create a little bit of visual tension, just so that, okay, it creates a sense of, okay, something is about to happen with the ring by the edge. And that is what makes up the set. Another thing that I feel like elevated this particular shot a bit more is my gobo lights. That is this light right here. You would see that it's not just casting a whole beam of light, like it's not just casting one single form of light, like it has a gobo in it. And what does a gobo mean? A gobo is like a light that is textured. So sometimes you see window lights that is beaming into an apartment, and it shows the window casted into the room. That's an aesthetically pleasing look if it's used right in the right way, right? So I use that here just to create a sense of just to create an environment, to make it look like this is shot in a particular kind of environment. And that's what this leaf actually shows. And with that, I also have a light in the background just to create a little bit of depth. So these lights are back here. If I delete it, you'll see that you have the basic and a flat background. But because of that light that is creating that touch or that dab of light, we have more depth in that background. So that is I won't say that's that about this scene. Let me quickly switch this to solid view so we'll have more RAM to play with. I think something else that I really found interesting was the diamonds. The diamonds, I didn't model by myself. I didn't texture. I didn't do any of those work. So I downloaded that from, I think I downloaded it from Blend Swap. So here we are. I think I just searched diamond, and one of the results was a really good result. I can't remember the page, but this was my search. I think probably this or this, and that's what I used for the diamonds. So another thing that I would say about the modeling that I think is important is I used a curve. This is a curve right here. So I used the curve to actually map the diamonds and the holder of the diamonds to this shape. That's something I used to place all of these diamonds. I think that's a really helpful tip if you want to model this. So something I want to do next is I probably also want to show you guys this gold shader So for the gold shader, this is what I used, right? So I used a layer weight node while making use of the facing of the Fresnel. What the Fresnel does is create separation or depth based on the view of the camera. So it creates a little mask that you can play with. And with those masks created, I used 2 shades of gold color, a light shade, which is the actual gold color, and a dark shade, just so I could create that difference and make the gold look real. And that is piped straight into the base color, and that's that about the base color. The roughness is a little bit technical. I don't want to. I'm not sure I'll be able to explain that right now. Maybe some other time. That's really so much I can tell about this scene. Let me look through again if I catch anything interesting about the shots. Okay, so that's that about this shot. I'm going to go to the next, that's scene 2. I think what I was really aiming for this was consistency in the shots. I wanted to make it feel like it was shot in the same environment. So I really made sure whatever it is I did for scene 1, it carried on to scene 2, and the set was also carried on to all other shots. So for this right here, we have the ring shot from up, really flat shot. I feel like this is a wide angled camera. This should be like 100. Oh, it's surprisingly 50. Okay, so what we have for this is same gobo. You would see the gobo texture, but something that I really found interesting was the work of the camera down here. So I used that to just create a little bit of appeal and something that will catch your eye, just something different, something moving. I don't want just the camera to be moving. I also want like lights also to be moving, like a real filming set, right? So I have, if I open the real render, you would see what I'm talking about. You see like a swipe of light. It's not in this one. You see a swipe of light coming in like this, right? Let me go to the horizontal. I think I prefer the horizontal render. So if you go to the second shot, you will see a swipe of light coming in from here. So that's a little illuminated light just to add some visual interest to the render, right? So we have this. I hope I'm recording because I like the stick. Okay, good. So I have that swipe created right there, and something else that I feel elevated this look is this plane down here. This plane is usually doing nothing but blocking that area. That area is like white, and I think it's because of the HDRI. I'll switch to render view, and you see that I have an HDRI of a studio set right here, and the floor is just plain white. So what that plane is doing there is just creating depth, a little bit of depth also, because when you look at that area and see that it's black, you really can't just imagine anything going on there. Like, so I want to go to the next scene. This is my favorite of the scenes, and I think one thing I really like about the scene is the delicacy of the camera movement. The delicacy of the camera movement actually translates to the product itself. It makes you feel like the product is also as delicate because the camera is moving really easy, right? So I will just play this shot. This is the shot right here. I will just talk through this. I love this shot a lot. You would see that initially when the shot starts, the focus was on the logo right here, but then as it progressed, the focus was switched to the top, and we move up to the next shot. So we have just a very, very simple setup for that. I'm going to switch to the solid view, and what is actually making that switch from making the focus switch from down here, you will see in the rendered view right here, you will see that there's an empty on this brush jewelry right here. What I'm doing is I'm using this empty to control the focus point of this camera animation. See, if I come down here to the depth of field, you would see that my focus object is this empty. This empty is empty 009, and I switch this camera, you see that the focus object is empty 009, right? But if I switch to the timeline and I progress in this shot a little bit, you would see to get to a point where that empty begins to change location. And to get to a point right here, the empty has moved from down here. Let me zoom. The empty has moved from down here and is now somewhere in the middle of the render. That is the empty switching position in between render, and as it goes, it has stabilized at this point right here. So immediately we get to this shot, we already see that the focus point is already on top. And that's what that empty is doing, just shifting the focus. And like I said, the delicacy of this render really did a lot of like sweet things to my belly. Like, it was a really good shot. I really love this shot a lot. So we have that set up. Something else I might want to show about this is probably the depth of field. The depth of field was really dialed in the sense of I didn't want the blurry part to be too blurry, and I didn't want it to be too sharp to where the focus is taking, like, you don't know the actual focus to be looking at. It confuses you. You don't know where the focus is. So there was that kind of like, I had to play with the f-stop a little bit, and I found 4.5 to be just a sweet spot for that. Let me play this again. If I see any important points, tell you about the shots. Yeah, nothing really about that shot. I think that's that. And the last shot where I created a little bit of impact, I would like to play this. So I'm going to go to solid and I'll play it. Let me switch to the 4.04. So I'm going to switch to the last shots and I'm going to play this. That's the first play. I'm going to go back, create again. Now, apart from the animation of the ring falling down, there is the impact is being amplified with the camera shake. I'm going to play it again so you would see it. The impact of the jewelry on that platform is being amplified because of the camera shake, and that is what I want to show you about this one. I used Newbort's camera shakeify to create that animation. If I click on the camera and come to the camera properties, I can move down to his add-on and you would see the camera shakeify right here. Timeline. So this is where the effects happen, and this is where the whole animation is going on. If I scrub through these keyframes right here, you would see the effects changing. I think that's about it. I'm going to watch this landscape and this last shot again. If there's anything else I need to add to what I've said. Now, I think something else I might want to talk about is the camera movement. The camera movement for this one was just a straight pushing into the product. Like, just apart from the shake that the camera had, it was just a smooth pushing, and that applies for all four scenes. The camera movement was something that if I am to do this again, I will even dial back a bit more. I will dial back by like 50% because I felt like it wasn't even delicate enough. I wanted it to be slow. I wanted so much focus to be on the object, and the slowness of the camera was going to actually amplify that even more, right? So for all four scenes, the camera animation was just, if I'm not pushing in, I'm putting out, or I'm making just a little movement from the top view of the object, and it was just little movements of the camera like that. And that's really about it, guys. So that's it, guys. So long, and until I see you in the next one. Peace.